So, before I even say anything, this is a game that half of you probably hate, the other half of you probably love. You probably hate the company or you either love it, running with scissors, that is, because this is a game that basically simulates shooting up a mall, shooting up a place, doing some really violent shit. Even though you do not have to do that in the game, you can go completely pacifist. This is a game that made fun of everything at the time that this came out. Oh god, over 10, maybe even 15 years ago. That made fun of everything pop culture, video game culture, everything with a hard edge to it. A very hard edge. It's literally called going postal because you are going postal. But the cool thing about this that most video game companies don't do anymore, because hell, servers are shutting down a year later and the updates for games don't even fucking non-exist half the time. After all these years, there is a little part to this game that if you go into the mall where you have to fight Gary Coleman later on, yes, a little midget Gary Coleman that may rest his soul now, was in there and tries to shoot up the place with the FBI. But there's a little story that said, coming, I think it was June 2016, reopening grand thing, right? Now this is back in, I want to say 2006, 2007, maybe even older than that. Then on June 2016, and I think it was June or it was July, boom, it opens up, and it's a video game store called Steam, which it looks like the Steam logo, but as a penis, and it's showing the HTC Vive. Yeah, it is banned. It's making fun of Doom, calling it Dote 4 and all this and that, and it's a cool little new Easter egg that who would have expected after all these years of the game to actually update something that they made a joke about all those years back, and to add in just, even if it's not a lot of extra content, it's still just a little cool little content to go in, check out, laugh at, and see that they are still updating this game on a regular basis. And that's something that most game companies don't, after that first year, they don't even give a shit anymore. And this is something like I wish would come back, is game companies that actually gave a fuck about their games. And yes, this is their only big hit next to Postal 1, that is. And that's what they're known for as a company. But they have moved on and done other things. Can't speak today. But it's like, it shows a love to their fan base. It shows a love to the game and passion that they created. And it's pretty fucking awesome that they're making fun of like what the culture is now from a viewpoint of back then. You know what I'm saying? I just think this is awesome all around, and I wish more video game companies would do stuff like this. Like, update your older games. There's people that still love to play Left 4 Dead. Do a couple new updates for it. Maybe a brand new DLC. Like, there are people who, you know what I mean?
I love the.
I never played the game, so I don't really have anything.
It's fun. It's crazy, but you'll probably be offended. A lot of people were.
I mean, I love the idea. I love that, you know, you can go into your library and see a game that hasn't been updated in forever getting updated. Hell, I love this whole fucking gag right here. I mean, this is hilarious. It probably would have been funner if it was Gamers Go, if it wasn't Steam or Stim, but that's just me. But no, all in all, you know, the idea is nice to see that somebody somewhere still gives a fuck about what they put out and what they did and everything else. You know, I do agree. I wish some more companies would do it. I mean, Left 4 Dead 2 got an update where you could play as the, you know, characters from Left 4 Dead 1 and stuff like that a few years later, but that's after, you know, it's still being played, you know, so it's not like it just kind of fell off the map, fell off the radar, fell out of people's minds. This clearly had, I mean, I was sitting here trying to remember Postal 2 and looking at the graphics, it's coming back to me slowly but surely. I was like, oh man, that game was fun. And it was a little messed up at times, but, you know, it was pretty interesting.
Messed up at times. You could stick a gun up a cat's ass and use it as a silencer. God, I love that game. Like Halo 2, that's a game that I bet you if they kept the servers running, people would still be playing today, because that's still held as one of the best multiplayer games out there. Like, there's games like that people would love to keep playing. Like, the news came out recently that Xbox 360 was going to release an updated version of GoldenEye, but it never went through the works. People would have bought that up like fucking hotcakes and would have played that forever. These companies need to understand there are some properties that people really love and want to continue playing, and to put a little bit of time and passion, just a little few Easter eggs in it. And Postal 2 is one of those rare games, though, that really lived on past its shelf life and probably a lot further than what most politicians would have liked it to have. But there's a lot of yeah. But like Gears of War 1 and 2, I bet they did a few little updates to that here and there. People would still be playing those because they love the original too. Things like that, and it shows the game companies' love for their property and for their fan base. And yes, it's nothing big, but it was pretty cool. Like, if you look there right now in the picture, like, they're making fun of some of the best games that literally just came out this year. Like,
There's Call of Duty on the far right. If you look in the second row, it's Call of something, and you know that's going to be Call of Duty. There's Counter-Strike underneath it, something I can't really... All I see is Strike.
Yeah, been the Doped 4, making fun of Doom.
Yeah. There's a few companies, cough, the people that make Payday 2, cough, that can learn from the people that, make, Postal 2. Yeah, but, it's just a matter of how much do you care about your product, how much do you care about your reputation, because I'm sorry, as a gamer, reputation means a lot, and when you start to, if I hear it from other people that, oh, this is going wrong with this game and that, and that starts to veer me away. I don't know about everybody else, it's just me. That starts to veer me away from that product and maybe look into another product that might fill the same void. Kind of like you were saying with Persona and Final Fantasy, you probably heard about how some of the later Final Fantasies were kind of, let's go check out this game over here that could fill the same void of needing an RPG,
Yeah, and the cool thing was, because they've been known for making fun, so literally in the game, there's a shootout at their head development studio, and there's one of the guys that are one of the lead developers that you piss on and dances, and techno music comes out. Like, they're known for making fun of themselves, and they did it again in this one. Shit, I just had the joke in my head, and now I can't remember it. I was about to say it. That's why I just said all that. But yeah, and they even make fun of themselves in it like they normally do. And it's a cool, just little, nod to the fans, nod to the people who love the series, and to themselves, and it just shows so much love and passion. And on to what you were saying is, there are so many games that if they would just give the fucking time to, could be so much better. Just keep updating a little bit, add a little bit of this and that. Like, Postal 2 literally has the modding community for that game is so out there, so there's always something new to do in it. But they themselves, over the years, have added, okay, this is the apocalypse, and now you have to fight zombies, and here's this new add-on, and a couple years later, here's this add-on that just adds so much to the game. And half the time, they give it away for free.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, can't argue with that logic, can you?
Yeah, it's just you know what? This is for the fans. You stuck with us, you love this game, here you go.